just in the same way that we start off the class, as we're seated, and you kind of like move around a little bit, you start to feel your body. Let's do the same thing as we're standing up here. So just let the eyes close whenever you're ready, and then just kind of move around. So, as you move, feel your feet touching the floor, and you can kind of move the spine, move the arms, move the shoulders and the neck. And then start to connect with your breath. And then just start to shift the weight in your feet. And so you can go forward and back, you can go side to side, you can go around in a circle, a figure eight, whatever feels nice to you, whatever's kind of like a soothing motion. And then as you move around the weight in your feet, you just automatically, that the awareness goes to your feet, so that the awareness goes to the floor as well. And you're just becoming connected with the ground, connecting with earth. If you're going in a circle, go the other way. And starting to become a little bit more grounded, connecting with a stability. Good, and then just make those movements a little bit more and more subtle. So gradually make the movements more subtle. And then just see how subtle you can make the movement. So really gradually come to a still point. And if you can, to a spot where from the outside it looks like the movement has stopped, but on the inside you can still actually feel that rocking and swaying. Alright, good. And then once things are still, feel the flow of your breath. And then just for a few moments, just let tension kind of unwind from your body. Just let tension shed off. And if you want to, as you inhale, you can just kind of feel your body open and expand. And as you exhale, you can sense like a downward moving of energy, a downward moving of tension. And then just releasing into the floor, into the earth. Let's try that a couple times. Inhale, feeling. And then exhale, releasing. Alright, now let's take the hands in prayer in front of the heart. And a soft bow of the head. And take a moment and just connect with your intention for being here today. So why are you here? Why are you going to practice? And then maybe take a moment and just find something that you'd like to come back to during your practice, something you'd like to remember. All right, and then release the hands, lift the head, and then just kind of shake it out for a moment. Lift a leg, shake a leg. Okay, now let's take the feet apart about hips distance or shoulders distance, and then we'll shake the wrists, shake the elbows, and then start to bend and straighten the knees. And we're just gonna shake the body for a couple minutes. All right, so take deep breaths, in through the nose, and then focus on the exhale. So the exhale just being really long. All right, so the exhale is really good to help emphasize uh, the action of releasing tension, or maybe the stopping of action. Right? That's like what a release is. So deep breath in through the nose, And then long exhale, maybe through the mouth. And just feel the body relax more and more as you exhale. All right. So eyes closed if you want. And we're just allowing as much of the body to unlock as we can. So allowing as much of the body to, start to move, to mobilize. And when the body relaxes, the body opens up. Right? So that's kind of the same thing. When the body is relaxed and open, then energy can flow more freely, and that translates into layman terms as just feeling more comfortable, right? Having more energy, feeling more balanced, and just feeling more relaxed. We do everything better in life when we're feeling more relaxed. All right, good. So just for like one more minute, all right, see if you can relax the lower belly, relax the lower back, all right, relax the inside of the pelvis, and see if you can just let the hips kind of swing forward and back. There you go, good. Deep breath. All right, and then relax the chest, relax the upper back. See if you can feel the ribs kind of move forward and back. And then relax the shoulders, from the shoulders all the way down to the fingertips. Kind of like water droplets are just flicking off your fingers. And then relax the face, relax the neck. And see if you can relax the very top part of the neck where the neck meets the back of your skull. And then let your head just kind of bobble like a bobblehead. I got a couple more deep breaths. And then just see if you can simultaneously relax the pelvis and the skull. So they're kind of mirroring each other in this bobbing action. And then everything in between is just loosening up, like a really fluid-like sensation. All right, good. One more breath. Okay, and then let's pause. And then just come back to standing. And just simply notice how your body feels for a few moments. So notice any sensation. It really shakes a lot of things up. So whatever you feel, however you feel the energy, right? Tingling, waving, pulsing, heat, maybe just an openness. Okay, great. Now let's take the feet, again, hips distance or shoulders distance, and then we'll just start to twist the body. Okay, so stay with some deep breaths. All right, whenever you feel balanced, just let the eyes close. And just focus on what your body's doing. All right, so just shifting your weight from foot to foot, just a gentle shift from side to side, and then a little turning into that hip. And then the upper body is just following along with that initiation of the twist from the legs and the hips. Let's try to let the shoulders relax completely, let the arms relax completely. And then just a really easy turning of the neck, if that feels okay on your neck. All right, good. And then deep breaths. And twisting is just a really nice way to open up the whole spine. It's kind of like we're unlocking the spine. So if you feel any tightness or tension anywhere along the spine, maybe just send an inhale there. Right? Just keep your attention there. And then as you exhale, just imagine that it is softening and relaxing. All right, good. Deep breath. Okay. And then pause in the center. Okay. Let's do some spinal cord breathing. So this is like a standing cat-cow. Let's put a little bend in your knees and then arms like this as if you're guarding yourself. And then as you inhale, spread the arms apart like you're yawning in the morning, and then arch the back, stick the butt out, open the chest, maybe lift the chin. And then as you exhale, round the back, look towards your navel, tuck the tail, relax the neck. And then inhale, spread the arms, arch the back, stretch out the front side of the spine and the torso. And as you exhale, round the back, get a nice stretch on the back side of the torso. All right, great. And then go with your own breath for a few more rounds. For the first few, just feeling a nice stretch. So feeling a nice stretch, kind of like maybe in the spine. Feeling a nice stretch on the exterior muscles. All right, good. And now, just let the movement subside a little bit. So let the movement go to like 70%. And then let the breath still be totally full and nice and slow. So possibly let the breath, outlast the movement by a few seconds if you can. And then just getting more of a sense of the internal movement. All right. Yeah, so as you make the movement less extreme, we can actually get deeper into the body. Right? When the stretch or whatever is extreme, we feel it on the external, on the outside. And if we just moderate it a little bit, then we can get a deeper sense of the body. I get a few more. Now maybe really sensing, a really gentle fluidity of your spine. Okay, good. Finish up one more round. And then after your last exhale, just go ahead and come up to standing. Okay. Let's do a few joint exercises. So we'll do one for the arms. So take the hands like this, and then we'll bring the hands in towards the chest, and then move the hands under the armpits, palms facing up, and then reach the arms back, spread the arms out, then bring the hands together, and then spiral the palms up, and then come back in. Yeah, there you go, good. So palms up as you bring the hands in, and then keep the palms facing up as long as you can as you reach back, and then spread the arms out, so keep that internal rotation. And then bring the backs of the hands together, and then just spiral the palms up. Yeah, good. All right, keep it nice and solid. The solid balance in your feet. Good, nice. And then, let the hips bend. All right, let yourself move forward and back with your chest, just in any way that feels like you're counterbalancing the weight. All right. So with these joint movements, we're trying to really move the body as smoothly as possible. Right? Move the body with little to no tension. Right? So really, really trying to find power in effortlessness. And then keeping a nice smooth breath, a rhythmic and relaxed breath. All right, cool. And then we'll switch direction. So the hands will go forward and up like you're serving a platter. And then like you're swimming, part the hands and then reach back with the palms facing up. And then spiral the hands right under the armpits and then come forward. Yeah, there you go, nice. And this is called Great Bear Swimming in the Ocean. In this way, they can kind of, feel that swimming motion. And then it's nice because then you can, maybe close the eyes and then just feel like you're actually underwater. So creating a lot of fluidity in your movement. Imagining you're moving through water will just help the movement to slow down and probably smooth out. And then in that, maybe feel a little bit more effortless. Good. Relax the shoulders. Just a couple more rounds. Nice, easy breathing. All right, good. And then relax the arms down by your side. Okay, and let's take the hands to the hips. All right, so feet apart, hips distance or wider if you want to. Nice balance in your feet, and then we'll do some hip circles. All right, good. So stay with your breath, and then just moving the hips in as big of a circle as you want or as small of a circle as you want. Just whatever feels natural to you at first. You can always increase or decrease. Very good. And then again, just that is trying to sense the smoothness in your hip joints. So smoothness and joint health. And we move the joints, like this in a really gentle circular way. It's kind of like oiling the joints up. And when the joints feel good, the body feels a lot better. All right, and then switch direction. And nice easy breath. All right, just keep on supporting the body and relaxing with your breath. Okay, great. And then we'll come back to the center. And let's bring the feet together. So bring the big toes together, heels a little bit apart. And then we'll bend the knees and cup the knees with the hands. And we'll do some knee circles. All right, cool. So again, nice and smooth, nice and easy. Don't push it too far. And then always start with your grounding. So just make sure that you're nice and balanced in your feet. And that you're able to really support a smooth and gentle circle with the knees. Good, nice breathing. And really what this is doing, is we're moving the ankles and the hips in coordination with each other. When the ankles and the hips are, free and open, then likely there will be a lot less, problems in the knees. All right, and then switch direction. Good breath and movement, nice and easy and smooth. All right, and then bend and straighten the knees. Just kind of glide the knee joint forward and back. All right, great. Well, let's come all the way up to standing. And let's come to the top of the mat in mountain pose. Alright, cool. So in mountain pose, let's take an inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Alright, press down through the feet, reach up through the fingers. And as you exhale, hands through prayer, and then all the way down to the floor. Good forward fold, relax the neck. And then inhale, come to a flat back. Alright, strengthen the legs, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, let's step back to down dog. All right, cool. So in down dog, right, just kind of creatively feel your body. So any movements that feel nice, right? Seeing if you can almost feel like an animal. So if you could imagine if you were actually a dog, right, doing this, Dogs are great examples because they do it only because it feels good. And they just move in a way that just looks so nice and natural. Right, so we, are just breathing deeply and really just focusing on the feeling. So how does it feel? And what can you feel? All right, good. And then starting to slow down the movements, and then just coming to the, that's a still place. All right, feeling nice and supported, nice and strong. All right, feeling your connection with the floor. And then feeling your connection with the floor, just lifting the tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then relaxing the neck, right, shaking the neck out, relaxing the face. All right, good. Then we'll take 2 deep breaths. All right, and then let's walk the hands back towards the feet. And we'll come all the way into a forward fold, maybe at the back of your mat. So here, go ahead and spread the feet apart about hips distance or wider. And then put a nice bend in your knees. And even out the weight between the roots of your toes and your heels. And then just let the neck relax. Good. And deep breaths. That's if you want to. You can sway side to side. Maybe just kind of sweeping the hands on the floor. Or taking the fingers around the elbows. Good. Swaying, right, or bouncing. Whatever feels good. Whatever you do, breathe in. There you go, good. Relax the face. This is like a natural facelift. Right? If you relax the face, just one other little perk of a standing forward fold. Right, take one more deep breath. All right, cool. And then release the hands, and let's walk forward into plank pose. All right, so in plank, we'll hold for a few breaths. See if you can move your body just like you were moving in down dog. All right, so kind of feel how dynamic your body is. The name for plank pose isn't that necessarily the best because plank is like there's like a really stiff and hard thing. But even in a pose like this where it's really strong, we don't want to feel stiff and rigid. I want to feel dynamic. That the body's always alive, and the body is definitely stronger when it's supple. Right, so moving around, you could just feel a little bit more your muscles. Right, feel those really strong muscles that attach to your rib cage. All right, cool. And then in the center, let's just take one deep breath. Try and breathe into your upper back as you lengthen the arms, push into the floor. And then as you exhale, let's lower the knees and then lower all the way down to your belly. All right, keep the elbows in. And then untuck the toes. And as you inhale, let's lift the chest off the floor and come into a cobra. All right, nice and easy. Take a full breath. And as you exhale, lower down, tap the forehead. Then press down the tops of your feet, press down your pelvis. And as you inhale, lift up to a cobra. Keep the elbows in, pulling the chest forward and lifting the chest up. And as you exhale, lower down, tap the forehead. And we'll do 2 more. And elbows in. Inhale, pull your chest forward, lift the chest up. So like a pulling back action with your hands. And as you exhale, lower down, tap the forehead. All right, last one. Inhale, cobra. Nice, deep, full breath into the ribs. And as you exhale, lower down. And let's press back through child's pose. All right, so let the back stretch out. And just let the body relax for a few breaths. If you want to, you can rock and sway from side to side. Give the forehead a little massage. Arms can reach back by your feet if you want to. And if you want, you can curl the wrists and just kind of move the wrists in a circle. Release the wrists. Alright, great. Then from here, let's reach the arms forward. And then with the forehead on the floor, let's just take the hands into prayer. And then bend the elbows. And then bring the thumbs towards the back of your neck. Alright, so we're getting a little tricep stretch. Alright, so elbows bent, and then slide the shoulders down towards the hips. And then kind of like you're pressing the armpits down towards the floor. And gently pressing the elbows into the floor. Feeling a nice stretch on the inner tricep. Very good. And we'll take a nice deep breath. Alright, and then release the hands. Reach the arms back forward. And then when you're ready, let's come back into down dog. Alright, great. Now in down dog, let's take a few breaths. And so just noticing how the body's changing. Noticing how the breath is changing. Good. Really just noticing what is currently happening. Alright, one more breath. Okay, great. And then let's bend the knees, and let's take little steps up to the hands. So keep the palms grounded as best you can for as long as you can. Walk the hands all the way up to a forward fold. And then once you're there, inhale, come to a flat back. And as you exhale, let's step the right foot to the back of the mat. Alright, so nice big step. Alright, so that's a runner's lunge. And then we'll set the right knee down to the floor. And then sink the hips down to the floor. And we'll come onto the fingertips. And then lift the chest. It's like a low lunge, low lunge. Take a nice big breath in, maybe lift the chin. And as you exhale, let's pull back into half splits. So pull the hips back, flex your left toes up, and then just straighten your left knee as much as what feels okay on your back and hamstring. And then inhale, rebend the left knee, sink the hips, come onto the fingertips, and lift the chest. And exhale, back into half splits. And yeah, that might feel good to keep your belly connected to your thigh. And then inhale, bend the knee. Good. Sink the hips, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. And as you exhale into half splits, and relax the neck and the face. Alright, then we'll do one more. Inhale, always trying to follow your own pace. And exhale. Alright, good. And then let's rebend the knee. Alright. Then plant the hands on either side of your left foot. And then we'll lean onto the right hand and take the left hand all the way up to the ceiling. We'll do a low runner's twist. Okay, cool. So hold this for a couple of breaths here. So see if you can, make the right arm strong. So really push the floor away like you're really lifting your chest up. And then squeeze the right foot into the floor. Squeeze your left foot into the floor. And see if you can feel the inner thigh muscles, right? Just kind of hugging in. And then if you want to, curl the right toes, lift the right knee, and then come into, let's do a full runner's twist. Yeah, try and keep that same sensation in your inner thighs, the same strength in the right arm, really opening the chest, and then relax the neck. Alright, now I'll give you a chance just to take 2 deep breaths. Just feel the breath moving in and out of the body. Alright, great. And then left hand all the way down to the floor. Now let's step the right foot in just a little bit, spin the right foot flat, and then we'll straighten the left knee. Again, we'll take the left hand on your ankle or shin, and then we'll take the right hand up to the ceiling and come into triangle pose. Alright, cool. So take your time. Right, start with your feet. Right, so make sure that your feet are in a position where you're nice and grounded and stable. Good. And then play with the hips a little bit. Make sure the hips are in a position where your lower back, feels spaced out and your core is engaged. Okay, and then from that support in your legs, then see if you can feel an opening through your chest and a lengthening through your spine. So forward through the crown, back through the tail. Good. We'll take 3 breaths. See if you can just look at one thing. Just keep the eyes steady. And then just build as much internal awareness of your breath in your body as you can. 2 breaths. Alright, great. Then ground the feet. And as you inhale, come all the way up. Get arms parallel with the floor. And let's bend the left knee and come into warrior 2. Alright, cool. So maybe lengthen the stance a little bit. And then tuck the tailbone. And see if you can just drop the tailbone straight down towards the floor. Alright, squeeze the right foot into the floor. Press your left heel into the floor. And then bending your left knee so it's pointing in the same direction as the middle of your left foot. Alright, then as you inhale, straighten the left knee, reach the arms overhead, touch the palms together. And as you exhale into warrior 2, sink the left hip, relax the shoulders. And then as you inhale, left arm up, right arm on your thigh, reverse the warrior. And as you exhale, extended side angle. Left elbow, left thigh, right arm at an angle, really reach. And then as you inhale, straighten your left knee, take the arms overhead. Nice big stretch up here. And as you exhale, back to warrior 2. Get a nice sinking as you exhale. And then inhale, reverse. And as you exhale, extended side angle. Squeeze the right foot, reach through the right hand. And then inhale all the way back up to the top. Straighten your left knee. Reach the arms up, stretch up. And as you exhale, warrior 2. Last round. Inhale, reverse. And as you exhale, extended side. And then inhale all the way up top. Good, palms together. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Pivot the left foot in. Alright, so both the toes point forward. And then hands to the hips. Let's bring the elbows back. Lift the chest. Take a nice big breath in. Alright, maybe look up, lean back, push the hips forward. And as you exhale, let's fold forward. Alright, if you want to, hands all the way down to the floor. Good, and then try to bend your knees a little bit at first here, just to feel your feet. Alright, so again, make sure that you're nice and balanced in your feet. Heels out a little bit wider than your toes. Good, and then from that grounding in your feet, right, you can just lift the hips up towards the ceiling, right, if you feel like deepening the stretch. Good, so feet press down, hips lift up, and then the head relaxes towards the floor. And so really try and let gravity to help you out here. And so gravity is helping your spine to relax and lengthen towards the floor. And again, that's giving your face a nice facelift if you relax. And so just relax the face. And let's take 2 deep full breaths. Good. One more breath. All right, then with an inhale, let's walk the hands forward. Let's come to a flat back. And as you exhale, let's walk the hands to the right foot and pivot into a runner's lunge. So right foot forward, spin up on your left toes. And then we'll set the left knee down. And then sink the hips. Rise onto your fingertips, lift the chest, maybe lift the chin. And as you exhale, pull back into half splits. Nice and easy. Flex the right toes, relax the neck. Again, then inhale, low lunge. And as you exhale, half splits. Okay, cool. So try 2 more, just with your own breath. And see if you can start to, feel like a fluid, that kind of energy in your spine. That's a fluidity in the movement. There you go, good. And just testing, how much gentleness can you bring into all these movements, into all these poses? How much gentleness can you bring into the breath? All right, then after your last one, we'll go ahead and meet in a runner's lunge. Wait, no, never mind. So first, let's keep the left knee down, hands on either side of your right foot, and then lean onto your left hand, and we'll take the right hand up towards the ceiling. Okay, cool. So first, this low twist. Now to here, to really get a chance to feel the legs. All right, so again, squeeze the legs into the floor, feel the inner thighs, feel the core, and then really strengthen your left arm, really open through the chest. And then if you want to, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, and we'll come into a runner's twist. All right, cool. And then, if your left knee is lifted, see if you can just feel a lot of space in the body. So from the left heel all the way through the crown of the head, there's a nice long line of energy stretching. And then from your left palm all the way to the right fingertips, just getting nice and wide with your wingspan. All right, then 2 deep breaths. All right, just breathing and feeling. All right, great. Then right hand all the way back down. And then step the left foot in just a couple inches. Spin the left foot flat. And then straighten the right knee. Take the right hand on the ankle or shin. And then reach the left hand up towards the ceiling. Okay, cool. So again, find your feet. All right, and the right hand can be on your ankle or as far up on your shin as you need it. Okay, good. Keep a little bend in the right knee, just so you're not pressing your knee back. And then root down to the base of the right big toe. Good, and squeeze your left heel. And see if you can feel from the base of the right big toe, a line going back through your right hip. So the right hip is kind of shooting back. And then from the left heel, all the way up through your left hip. So your left hip is kind of lifting. All right, great. And then relax the shoulders. All right, and then 3 deep breaths. Possibly coming back to the length of your spine. Just imagining that your spine is really gently being lengthened, breath by breath. 2 breaths. All right, great. Then ground the feet. And as you inhale, come all the way up to standing. And then we'll bend the right knee. And then sink into Warrior 2. All right, cool. So relax the shoulders, extend through the fingers. And then just start with your feet. And so as you squeeze the feet into the floor, see if you can translate in that to your glutes and your core. Make sure the lower back is nice and long. And then from the tailbone reaching down, just a really easy lifting through the chest and a lifting through the crown of the head. Good, deep breaths. All right, then as you inhale, straighten the right knee, take the arms up overhead, stretch the right toes, touch the fingertips. And as you exhale, back to warrior two. And then inhale, reverse the warrior. Maybe take the gaze up. And as you exhale, extended side angle. Right elbow to the thigh, left arm at an angle. Really open that right inner thigh. And then as you inhale, come all the way back up. Right knee straightens. Right hands reach up, lift up through the crown. And as you exhale, to warrior two. And inhale, reverse. And as you exhale, extended side. Good, just trying to balance strength and grace. And inhale, straighten the knee, take the arms all the way up. Last round. And as you exhale, warrior two. Top athletes are a really great example. Inhale, reverse, of doing really powerful movements with just so much ease. And exhale, extended side. And that's all we're practicing here. And then inhale, come all the way up. Touch the palms overhead. And as you exhale, hands to prayer, pivot the right foot in. All right, and this one, if you want to, let's interlace the hands behind the back. All right, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chest. Take a nice big breath in, maybe look up, maybe a little back bend. And as you exhale, fold forward. Keep the chest nice and open on the way down. All right, good. And then bend the knees. Again, even out the weight in the feet. Shake the neck, relax the neck. Again, then squeeze the shoulder blades together. And move the shoulders away from the ears. And then lift the hands up towards the ceiling. All right, great. And deep breaths. That's kind of like an active rest. So we're definitely doing a lot for the body here. Right, this pose is so great for the heart. That's also more of a relaxing pose. So again, relax the neck, relax the face. And then just notice what happens to your body if you just take all of your awareness to your breath. Just focus on making your breath really smooth in a nice rhythm. I'll take 2 deep breaths. Alright, great. Then nice and easily, hands back to your lower back. And release the hands down to the floor. Alright, inhale, come to a flat back. And as you exhale, fold. And let's heel toe the feet all the way together. So come into a regular forward fold. And then from here, let's go ahead and set the knees down to the floor. So come to a toe stretch position. Sitting back on your heels with your toes curled under. All right, and if this is too much, then just go ahead and place your hands on the floor in front of you and just take as much weight off of your feet as you need to. So don't hurt your toes. If you want to, take the hands to prayer. And if you want a little bit more, you just lean back. All right, great. And then just feel your feet. Right, all of your awareness into your feet. And let's take 2 deep breaths. All right, great. If you're leaning back, come on up. Now let's take the hands on the floor in front, untuck the toes, and then spread only the feet apart, wider than your hips. Okay, so knees are staying close together, the feet are opening up, toes are untucked, and then let's sit back into the space between the feet. Okay, so really careful on your knees here. So either use your hands for support like I'm doing, or sit on a block or a pillow, or you can bring your heels together and just sit on your heels. Okay, so do not bother the knees. Alright, and then if you want to, you can stay straight up here, or you can start to lean back. Just walk back on the hands. You can come back onto your elbows and forearms. Or if you want, you can lie all the way on your back with your arms stretched over your head. Just remember that all of our bodies are different, and we all find a different place in different. So just feeling how your body feels here, and letting the whole front side of your lower body release. Let's take a nice deep breath. Alright, great. If you're leaning back, take your time and come all the way back up. Alright, and then from there, let's come to standing on the knees. Okay, so standing all the way up on the knees. And then feet can be, or the knees and the feet can be apart about hips distance or even shoulders distance if you want to. And it'll prepare for camel. Right, so I like to take my hands right on my upper glutes here, the fingers facing down. All right, and then squeeze the glutes, right, push the hips forward, and then with the hands, just kind of push down. Right, so the hands are reminding the tailbone to lengthen towards the floor. Squeeze the knees in, squeeze the elbows in, and then just lift the chest straight up. This is actually, like really intense back bend for a lot of people, including me. So just see how it feels at first, just to lift the chest straight up. Right, so you're already back bending, but before we bend back, right, it's really important to lengthen the spine. Right, so the tailbone is pressing down and the chest is lifting up. And then if it just starts to happen naturally as you breathe deeply and you start to lean back, then just let that happen. If it feels good to take your hands back on the heels, right, try that. If your hands are on the heels, push down to lift up the chest. Keep pushing the hips forward. Keep squeezing the knees in. And then so much instruction, really just take 2 deep breaths. Alright, great. If your hands are on your heels, really carefully, hands back to the waist. And then lift the chest up, come straight up, and then look straight ahead. Now let's bring the legs together and then sit back onto the heels. Alright, and we'll just spend a moment here just neutralizing the spine. Alright, so relax the shoulders. And then notice the breath. And notice that energizing, and kind of like exhilarating effect that pose has on the body. That's really nice to watch that after a back bend. Just feeling very alive. Alright, great. Now let's take the hands over to the right and just do a simple twist. Alright, so turn the chest, relax the shoulders, let the neck turn just as much as it feels nice. And then take 1 deep breath. Alright, then look forward, and then to the other side, twisting to the left. Keep the chest open, relax the shoulders, drop the chin, take a nice deep breath. Alright, great. Back to the center. And from here, let's just sit down and then come all the way onto our backs. Okay, once you're on your back, and take the knees in, squeeze the knees in, and then just whatever feels nice on your back. You can rock side to side, you can make circles with your knees, or you can just hold still and just let your back relax and decompress. Alright, great. Then from here, let's set the feet down to the floor. Let's cross the left ankle over the right thigh, and we'll do a figure 4 stretch. So, let the hands reach through and either lace on the right hamstring or on the right shin, just below the knee. And then just gently pull the knee in, keep the left foot flexed. Try and gently just press the sacrum to the floor, hug the shoulder blades to the floor, relax the neck. Alright, great. And then just kind of a quick one, so just 2 deep breaths. Let the breath start to get a little bit longer, right, as the system calms down. And just really, enjoying the work you've done with your breath. So your breath capacity is probably really opened up by this point. Alright, and then carefully release. And set the right foot down, squeeze the left knee into the chest, and then straighten the left leg towards the ceiling. Right, good. And then just pull your leg in, just get a nice quick stretch. Right, flex the left foot, and point the left foot. And then flex the left foot, and bend the knee, squeeze it in. Alright, and then left foot down, and then the right leg crosses over. We'll do figure 4 on the other side. Alright, cool. Reach through. Lace the hands wherever feels comfortable. Just try and keep your back flat on the floor. So every pose, try and have the spine in a state where it's lengthening. And the floor is just kind of like a nice, I can't think of the word. Like a nice grid, I guess. Now for the spine to lengthen, just have the spine flat on the floor and the spine is automatically decompressing and lengthening. Right, deep breath. Alright, and then carefully release, left foot down, squeeze the right knee in, and then straighten the right leg up, stretch out the back of the leg. Good, nice deep breath, flex the right foot, and then point the right foot, and flex the right foot, and then bend the knee, squeeze it in. Alright, then take both knees, squeeze them in. And let's open up the arms like a T. And let the legs fall over to one side. We'll do a supine twist. Alright, so let your body just relax into it. Let the head turn, whatever feels good on your neck. And take a nice deep breath in. And then just a really easy release on the exhale. Let the body just relax and get heavy. Alright, then with an inhale, come back to the center. And as you exhale, switch sides. Alright, cool. Again, a twist is like the spine is unlocking. So see if you can just imagine that between every vertebrae, there's like a little turn. There's like a little unlocking. And on the exhale, the unlocking and releasing can truly happen if you just let everything relax. Alright, then inhale back to the center. And as you exhale, squeeze the knees in once more. And let's take the forehead towards the knees. And then squeeze into a tight little ball. Alright, so squeeze the face, squeeze its core, squeeze the hands and the feet. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, relax and release. Right, and let the body spread out. Alright, so open up the body as much as what feels good. Find as comfortable of a shavasana as you can. And let the body kind of move and wiggle and fidget. And then try to turn the palms to face upward. And then for me, it usually feels good to just move my arms out a little bit more. I'm gonna try not to, let your yoga mat that be the container for your body. So always feel free to just slide off your mat a little bit. I feel so free. Alright, great. And then for a few minutes, well, really just enjoy all that we just did. And just notice how much life is inside of your body. Being able to feel and sense the body is really essential to being in the present moment. So being with our experience in a very accepting way. Going deeply into the body is a way into the present moment. And accepting all that the body is will take us even deeper into the present moment. And so all to do here for a couple minutes, just simply notice. Just be the compassionate, loving observer of your own body. And nice and easily, just start to deepen the breath. And then start to move the fingers and move the toes. Right, move the wrists, move the ankles. You can open and close the jaw. And turn the head from side to side. then if it feels nice, take the arms overhead. Take a nice long stretch. Stretch the legs and the arms away from each other. Take a nice breath. And then relax. And then bend the knees, step the feet in. And then bring the knees towards the chest. And let's roll over to the right side. Good. And let's let the head just rest on your right arm like a pillow. And for a moment, let the body relax here. Notice how the body feels. And then when you're ready, let's come all the way up to a comfortable seated position. And then one more breath. Inhale, take the arms all the way overhead. And as you exhale, hands in prayer in front of the heart. Soften the shoulders, softly bow the head forward. And please take a moment and thank yourself for your practice. Please thank yourself for the time that you set aside, for waking up, for doing something good for your body. And please take a moment, thank your body for all that it does for you, all that it has done, always doing its very best for you. And I thank each of you too very much. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. Namaste.